trains.
Hello, I'm Helen Hedeen, and I'm a PE teacher from Grange Hill in London. On today's Light Lunch, we go back to school with our special Grange Hill reunion lunch. Cue title.
Hello there, I'm Sue, and welcome to an hour of Slap and Tickle with me, Sue Perkins. Now, this is Light Lunch. Hello there.
Now, you may be wondering why we're wearing these ludicrous outfits.
It isn't the hot new look for '98, is it? Nor is it a sad and pitiful attempt to boost our ratings. Nor are we auditioning for a part in Personal Services 2. Nope, we are kitted out in uniform because today we are going back to school.
Yep, and not just back to any old school, but the most famous, or should I say infamous school in the whole world, Grange Hill.
Yes! Did you know that Grange Hill is celebrating its 21st birthday today with, well, not today, but soon anyway, with over 400 episodes made?
What? Its storylines have covered bullying, teenage pregnancy, drug addiction, underage sex, marriage breakups, suicide and truancy.
All based on the teenage years of your life.
That's right.
Thanks for providing that role model to so many people.
Good, Jim. Quite frankly, lads, Grange Hill is an institution, and today we're going to be meeting some of the pupils who grew up within that institution, wearing that famous black and purple uniform.
First up, there is Lee MacDonald, who played lovable, just say no, Zammo, with a cheeky smile and dimples to die for. He was a schoolboy who got mixed up with the world of drugs. When he should have been in class, he was in fact behind the bike sheds doing some extracurricular stuff we can't really talk about. Here he is.
Zammo, that's a salt wally.
Why'd you call him that? His name's Eric.
Does this answer your question? I said the salt cloth is. Know the difference? I'm sorry, Zammo. I thought you said sauce. Talk about thick. If I reach that stage, I think I'll give up.
Oh, don't do that, Maguire. Got to keep on trying.
Hey!
Ooh. Lovely eyes. Lovely eyelashes. Next up is Simone Hyams, who played Calley, the girl who was always in the in crowd and who was always getting told off for wearing makeup in class. If you weren't friends with Calley, quite frankly, you weren't worth knowing.
Haven't got a magazine we can write about how awful it all is. How awful what is? Everything. Lessons in here, 3 classes at once. Having to clear these tables, the council should be paying us to come to this school. We're the ones keeping it going. I give it a rest, Cal. We should have a fanzine, I keep telling you. Fanzine's on about school. Could be. No, they couldn't. About groups, music and stuff like that. Oh, who threw that?
And last but not least, there's Mark Burdis. He played the boy next door, heartthrob Stewpot, who had schoolgirls up and down the country sending him love letters.
Hold on. We've done question 3 yet.
Which one's that?
The probability one. Bicycles and sisters.
No.
What one are you on then? What one's that? I ain't got that one.
Look, it's not in the book. I'm just working something out, okay?
What?
It's his letter. The one Randa sold me, the magic chain.
Don't tell me caught you out with it.
No, of course it didn't catch me out. It's a good deal, this. But I don't fancy sending any money to Miranda Singh, chappie.
Who?
The bloke at the top of the list.
Very good indeed.
And if meeting 3 ex-people from Grange Hill is enough, we've also got 2 ex-teachers. First, the woman whose mumsy manner and bossy banter combines to produce a headmistress who ruled over Grange Hill for 11 years, Gwyneth Powell, alias Mrs. McClusky.
Hey! She's here! She's here! Her name's not Elias McClusky. It's alias.
I just did that.
Mrs. McClusky.
I did that on purpose.
I just did that.
As a little gag.
Plus, pudding will be provided by the French teacher, Melly, who struck fear into Grange pupils for 5 years. Michael Sheard, otherwise known as Mr. Bronson. Today our school motto is, it's your own time you're wasting.
Now, Susie, why do you think young actors are so keen to star in the aforementioned Grange Hill?
Let me think about that, but not for too long because time is pressing. Good, I'd have thought that was obvious, young Melly. Did you not know? What? Well, of course, they serve time in EastEnders, don't they? That's what they do. You know, it's the first rung on the ladder. Brit TV, you see. You've got the West End, and then you've got Hollywood, and dare I even say it, the Chichester Festival.
Now, you may think that dull, but in my in-depth analysis of Grange Hill has shown that its stars have higher ambitions even than that.
Higher even than the Chichester Festival? Yes. Is such a thing impossible, Millie?
Indeed it is. Take a look at this. Okay. So what are you here for?
Wearing nail varnish, innit? I don't care, I tell you, I don't care if I get expelled. I cannot wait to get out and get myself to EastEnders, all right? Hang on, I've been practising. Oh, for Lager and Lion, please, Tiff.
I got done for mascara, but I don't care either. I'm halfway to Albert Square already.
Could you do us a full English breakfast, Kath?
Ian, I'm going to get those kids back if it's the last thing I do. All right, we're family.
No problem, Geeta. Of course I'll look after Shamila.
I bet I'll leave Grange Hill for you, don't you? Vicar, you may be a man of the cloth, but I don't half fancy you.
What makes you so sure you're going to leave first, then, eh? So it's 1 G&T, half a shandy. Now, Mary, you're Irish, so you'll have a Guinness, won't you? Yeah.
I'm going to get myself expelled, that's why. That's my plan, all right? You watch it. Pat, couldn't borrow one of your earrings, could we? Only the glitter ball down at the old Cobra Club's gone missing.
How are you going to get yourself expelled, then? Oh, come on, Tony. You must know if you're gay or not.
You watch me, all right? You see what I do. Pat, sweetheart, Pat, love cups, I love ya.
Ricky, Tiffany told me I'd scrub her.
I'm just really worried about the bulls, and I'm really worried about the little Jeff.
Oi, shut it, bruv.
You shut
No,
it.
bruv. You shut me.
No, not you two again. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. This is the 3rd time this week. The entire purpose of being at a place like that... Right, young lady, that's it. You're expelled.
Excellent, brilliant, all right? I'm starting my career at EastEnders.
See ya, bye. Open up the line, please. Becky, cheers, love.
I wanted to be on EastEnders too.
Sorry, lovey. That's showbiz.
Clapping myself. Sorry about that. I'll stop clapping.
Very good. Well done, darling. For that poorly realised skit. Well done.
So, if you would like to speak to
Zammo,
Stewpot,
Calley,
Mrs. McClusky,
or Mr. Bronson,
perhaps you'd like to ask them how Grange Hill compared to their real schools, or find out what it was really like behind the Grange Hill bike sheds. Hey. Call in on 09904 lunch if you have an alphabetical phone.
that is 099045.
1,000 times I've worn my school uniform.
86.
1,000 times I've been a bad girl.
24.
1,000 times I've done both in the privacy of my own home.
But only 3 times you've been caught, and that's the main thing.
Good, Jim.
Or fax us an 09902 lunch if you like, if you've got an alphabetised fax.
That's 09925.
Teenage pregnancies.
86.
Affairs with teachers.
24.
Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why did my parents send me to a convent school? Now, taking the udders of comedy, which weren't very full in that case, and trying to milk them. Now I'm stopping that and carrying on. Now, for the 2nd time this week, and in fact this entire year, it's time to say hello to the Light Lunch Band. Hello! Hello! Now, they might be a little bit flaky, but I can mould them into any shape I like. It's Steve, Matt, Dylan and Dan, the crushingly named Ace of Pastry Base.
Our chef today is one of the most sought after in the business. He's cooked for Prince Charles, the Sultan of Brunei, Madonna and Evita. That's Madonna's dog, by the way. We can't quite believe he's going to be cooking for us too, but he is, and he's here, so please give it up for Pat MacDonald. Pat,
All right.
so nice to see you.
And you.
Pat, Bullet Baxter would be proud of you.
Thanks.
Is it a rug? It's a rugby kit.
It is the kid. You know, where Will's leaving off and I'm taking over.
Yeah, sure. What are you cooking for us today, Pat?
Okay, we're going to do a aromatic spiced belly pork with a crab ravioli. Wonderful dish, lots of flavour, lots of taste coming through.
Okay, lovely. So today we're going to have the aromatic spiced belly pork with crab ravioli. School dinners were never this good.
Okay, what we're going to do, first of all...
Put that away, forget about that, just for a moment. Okay, Pat, what ingredients are you using?
It's a convenience dish, so what we're going to do, we're going to put the whole thing in a marinade.
Right.
Okay, which needs to marinate for 24 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Take us through the ingredients,
Okay,
maybe?
what we've got some white wine, soy sauce, sesame oil, hoisin, honey, ground ginger, garlic. Hey, have a look at these.
That's very groovy. What's this?
Star anise.
Oh, sweet. Does it smell?
Yes, they do. Aniseed.
Or is that just your hands? No, it's star anise.
Could be.
Okay,
Okay, so we're going to put the whole lot together,
Good.
put it in a marinade, in an oven-proof dish.
Right.
So after 24 hours, you just lift the dish out, cook it in the oven,
Right.
slow oven, you know, big gas mark 3-4.
Okay.
And then once we've done that, out the whole thing comes.
Okay. You say marinade, Pat. I say marinade. Let's just call the whole thing off. No, not really. Do say.
Everything goes in.
Let me cross.
It's very, very easy.
It's very sort of... There's no messing with this, is there? It's good.
well-
I like it. It's very kind of...
It is a convenience dish. And the
very
taste,
manly.
the flavours and everything come through.
So what have you put in so far, Pat?
Okay,
Sorry,
we've got the wine, the soy sauce.
Right.
Okay, the whole thing going in now. We've got the ginger and...
Whole pot, Pat, or
Hoisin,
maybe
yeah,
just a bit?
no, put the whole
The
in.
whole
Put
thing.
the whole in. This
Okay.
is going to make the sauce. The marinade becomes the sauce.
And a whole clove of garlic. There.
Yeah,
whole thing.
We're all friends.
Okay. Groovy. What's this? Honey?
Honey.
Obviously.
Beautiful, clear honey.
What's that? It's honey, of course it is. Don't be silly.
And some water in with it.
Right. So quite a sort of generous
Yeah,
marinade.
the whole thing, as I say, the whole lot, all the marinade reduces down, and that makes the sauce.
Okie dokes.
Okay, so there we go. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was an oven moment. But it was.
And here's what we did earlier.
Hey! So this is 24
That's
hours
it, 24
afterwards.
hours later, this is what we've got. The whole lot's marinade, and then we're going to put this in the oven.
Okay, lovely. How long for?
About 3 to 4 hours, just until it tenderizes and the sauce comes down.
3 to 4 hours?
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours. Nice and slow, nice and slow.
On a sort of fairly
The whole thing
lowish,
is
on a
yeah.
fairly lowish hit?
Yeah. Now, the other thing that we're going to do with it is to make a ravioli,
Right.
crab ravioli.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do... Take, oh, sorry, I reckon you're...
Pat, why the rugby kit? Sorry. Why?
Well, you
Why
see,
the
I
rugby?
started off... First of all, can I just say we're
Yeah,
taking
go
some
for it.
scallops here. Okay, putting some scallops into
Yeah.
the food processor.
Okay.
Okay,
I
I
do
started
that?
off...
Oh.
Yeah, you can. Okay. I started off wanting to play rugby, and I got up to playing for Gosforth and for England schoolboys under 15s, but I now coach rugby.
Oh, brilliant.
So I do 50 cooking and 50 playing rugby. So
Oh, wow.
Bit of both. So that's
Would
all.
you-
Anyway, and as I say, Will's packing in, so I can cook. I don't know about Will.
Yeah, you're a new man.
So we've blended the
Pat,
scallops.
New man.
Egg white, double cream,
All right, okay, lovely.
blend it together,
Right,
and in there.
and that's going to go on the inside of the
That's
ravioli.
right. Yeah, that's good. That's formed a mousse. We've formed a scallop mousse.
Oh, right,
Okay,
sorry.
so we'll bind that with some crab,
Okay,
and then we'll make the raviolis thereafter.
okay. Are you hot on the fleece, Pat? Just want to check. You all right?
Yeah, I'm warm enough.
You're okay.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
cope. I'm
If you're
fine.
too hot, just take it off.
Thank
It's
you
fine
very
by
much.
us.
Thank you.
Okay. What's your top tip, by the way, Pat?
Okay,
Sorry.
when we come to make pasta,
Right.
the essential thing is that you keep pasta covered with cling film, otherwise it dries out and it cracks.
Right.
So if you're making wonderful little raviolis and they split, forget it. They burst and it's in the
yeah.
water.
And they all
so
just-
cover them with
yeah.
cling film. Keep your
Okay.
pasta covered with cling film.
How long can you keep them for?
In the fridge, covered with cling film, a week. And in the freezer, racked so it doesn't get any freezer burns, a month. No problem.
3 top tips in one there. Okay, Sue, if I had 9 pork chops in my left hand and 17 pork chops in my right, what would I have?
You'd have unusually large hands, and they'd also smell of pork. I'd advise people not coming near Mel while she's handling those chops. To my right, I have Baz. His name's Barry. I've known him for 30 seconds. I feel I can call you Baz. Can I call you Baz?
You can.
You can call me Sir.
Okay.
You can call me Sir if you like. Now, can I just show this? And let's have a competition to work out what do you think that's made of? Barry, end the trepidation. What is this made of?
Well, I've got to say it's bread.
But it looks like doodle, doesn't it?
It does.
Just saying what's on everyone's mind. Now, Elvis, this spells. What's the fixation with Elvis, Baz?
Well, I love Elvis. I think Elvis is brilliant. You know, and I thought I'd bring Elvis bread along because it's Elvis's birthday in 2 days' time.
You bought bread, but no cheeseburgers, which is a very good thing. Very good thing.
Yeah.
And what else have you brought to go with that?
I brought some dates.
You like dates, old Elvis? There you go, some dates there. Now, are you lonesome tonight?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not.
You're a hound dog, that's all I'm saying. I was going to invite you somewhere, maybe have a bit of dinner, but no, you dissed me, Baz.
Sorry.
I'm going to call you Barry, and I'm going to retire gracefully. Thanks for bringing that in.
All right, then.
And happy birthday, Elvis, wherever you are. There are varying reports. Burger King in Tallahassee was the last one. Now, OK, left of me here we have Ruth. Can I put that any closer? Yeah, you can. Ruth.
Ben.
Ben.
Hazel.
And hi, Ben. Now, you all work in a tuck shop.
We do.
Is that right?
Tucker's Tuck Shop.
Tucker's tuck shop. Can't say that at all, so I won't say that again. Is it like school tuck shops? Is it only open between about 8 and 8:30 in the morning?
No, it's open all the time.
And this is in where? What, it's in a complex, isn't it? A leisure?
Yeah, it's in Guildford. It's a Spectrum Leisure Complex.
It's a swimming pool, isn't it? Come on, let's come clean. It's a swimming pool.
Swimming pool, yeah.
Mustn't say the word swimming pool too loudly in front of Steve, because with his tan, if he does go in water, it will erode, that's all I'm saying. Now, what's with the old sweets going on here?
Well, we've made jewellery and accessories out of Tucker's Tuck Shop sweets.
Mm.
And they're hula hoops.
Yeah.
And opal fruits and polos. And polo earrings.
And this is licorice, isn't it?
Yeah, licorice to hold your glasses on with. And things. And he's got buttons. And
you've got...
Opal fruit buttons.
Very good. Can I ask you a question? Have you at any time been institutionalised?
Not yet, but I feel it's on its way.
No, I'm joking. These look very good, but I wouldn't have put hula hoops with the sweets. Not if you're going to go for a big handful of stuff, because it's...
We were going sweet and savoury.
I bow to you. It's combination eating. I bow to you.
Main course and dessert kind of thing.
It's interesting, but I will pass on it. Okay, I'm going to crash on down here, but thank you. But you gave me some sweets earlier on, for which I'm entirely grateful. Now, I'm going to ask you to just budge up so I can put my schoolgirl buttocks here. Now, what have you brought in for us today?
Brought a small thing of octopus in.
Is that real octopus in there?
Yep.
Ew, and what are you going to serve your octopus with?
I'm just going to put it in a bread roll here.
And you're going to have it with your banana?
Yep, with my banana, yep.
What I'm going to do is, we're going to get the octopus out of the tin, and you're going to get the banana out, you're going to put it in a sandwich, you're going to come back to you later, and you're going to eat it for us.
Great.
You see? You bring these things on, I will make you eat them. There you go. Cheers. I should say, by the way, that Stella made the bread Elvis. So thanks for doing that. And thank you to all of you here in the audience. Now, Mel, why did the one-eyed monster close down his school?
Because he only had one pupil. Pat not laughing at all there. Pat just not laughing at all.
Serious again,
Right.
okay.
I'm here in the kitchen with Pat MacDonald, rugby player / chef, and we're cooking aromatic spice belly pork with crab ravioli.
Okay.
Pat, what's next?
Right, we've made the scallop mousse, we've got the belly pork in the oven cooking. What we're going to do, we're going to bind some fresh crab meat
Right.
together with the scallop mousse.
Right.
A little bit more seasoning in there.
Superb. Scallops. Scallops in there.
Okay, now we've made the mousse. That's the filling for the ravioli. Yeah?
Okie dokes.
Okay, let's make some pasta.
You're quite a big lad, aren't you, Pat?
Well, you know.
Do you ever get into rumbles?
Well, you know, there was the occasion where we had the restaurant, the Epicurean in Chilton, and we had this uninvited guest. Do you mind winding?
That's fine, yeah. The
Just
comedy
until I
handle.
get it started.
Yep.
We had an uninvited guest walk in, and he was drunk, and, you know, he was being obnoxious. Thank you. And we decided we had to get rid of him.
Oh, sorry. Right.
We had to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And as I kind of levitated him across the pavement out, he hit his head on the cart. Thank you, if you'd wind.
Got to put it in first, Pat.
Thank you. Wind.
Wind.
Thank you. Right, I can't just stop you there. Stop, stop, stop. Can we just wind it one more time? Go. Stop.
Oh, you're
Wind.
looping it, you see.
Wind.
You look good. Wind. Wind on.
Right. Okay, now you can hold it, Liv. You can hold that, and I'll wind.
So it's like a sort of fan belt.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get this a little bit smaller.
Come on, Pat.
Okay, so anyway, he hit the car and he dented the back of the car. But he went off, and then the following morning I got a little knock on the door, and this guy was there again. Keep going.
Sorry.
And he came back, and he...
Sorry.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Sorry.
Let's get it up to here.
It wasn't melded on properly.
Let's make that join again.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it
Ready,
was your fault.
ready.
But-
Yeah, of course, I'm sorry. I do apologise.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm sorry.
Really got to get your act together.
Okay,
Pat,
so
honestly.
anyway.
Really.
Gentle, gentle,
Gentle.
gentle, gentle.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said he apologised that he'd, you know, been a nuisance that evening, and I said, look, I'm really sorry that you hit the car. And he said, oh, don't worry about that. I'll get it fixed. It was his car.
Oh.
Anyway, just desserts.
I've forgotten the beginning of that story, Pat. Sorry. We were
Keep
so
going.
far.
Come on, keep going. Where are you going?
We were just
Keep going.
so
Come on,
far
come on.
into the pasta
And back.
thing.
Keep
It's like
going.
a big tapeworm, isn't
Keep
it?
going. Keep going.
No, I'm sorry. It's not at all. It's good, healthy food. Can we stop now, Pat?
We can.
Let's just stop this. Let's
There we
stop
go.
this. Round of applause for Pat MacDonald. How cool is that?
Okay. What we're going to do
Groovy.
now,
Wow.
not the ravioli up.
Making ravioli. Oops, sorry.
Put that on there. Right, you can do one with me.
Okay.
What we do, a little bit of mousse.
We'll do it together.
We can.
We're a
Bit of
good
mousse
team. Good team.
in the centre.
Right.
Go for it. Now put the mousse
Oh,
on
I'm doing it as well. Okay, right.
here. Okay. I'm making a little parcel.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got the mousse in the centre. Crimp it.
Postman Pat.
That it?
A little funny parcel. Yeah.
Thank you. I've never heard that one before.
Sorry. I'm
Okay.
panning so badly,
Come on,
aren't I?
come on.
Panic. Right, okay.
Crimp
yeah,
around.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Crimp, crimp, crimp.
Okay. Chop the edges, straighten them up.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yes,
Or
please.
should
Lovely. Crimp the edges.
I? Fantastic.
Right,
Look
yeah.
at that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's marvellous.
Right. Then what do we do?
Okay, and then we put them into boiling water, blanch them for a minute, and then they're cooked. That's it.
Brilliant.
Okay?
Have you got a top tip, Pat?
Well, the thing to do with the raviolis is once you've blanched them, refresh them and boil once they've been in boiling water for a minute, straight into iced water so they don't carry on cooking, and then you just reheat them for 30 seconds.
Oh, very good. Excellent top tip. Okay. Well, please join us after the break when we'll be sitting down with Zammo, Stewpot, Calley, and headmistress Mrs. McClusky for a Grange Hill reunion lunch. Plus, we'll be meeting the teacher we all love to hate, French master Mr. Bronson. Now, unless you want detention, we'd better be seeing you in 3.
In spring, the weather is mild. Food is colored with saffron. We are dazzled by gold.
In summer, green gives us energy. We go to the mountains and walk barefoot in the snow. High up, the air is fresh. We eat well.
In winter, our country is a rainbow land. Each color has its own mood. Some intoxicate. Others cool you down.
Tonight, share Pratak's passion for India.
It's a jungle out there, but don't worry. Now there's a Nitol herbal as well, with a combination of 5 herbs which traditionally help you to relax and drift off into a natural sleep. Good mornings follow a good Nitol.
For express relief from the pain of acid indigestion, Settler's antacid is one train of thought to follow. There is no surer way to relieve the burning of acid indigestion that gives you your upset stomach. So why sit and suffer when Settler's antacid brings express relief? Settlers bring express relief. Settlers bring express relief.
With rates from just 11.5% APR, you can do just about anything with a personal loan from Alliance and Leicester. You can borrow up to £15,000 for almost any purpose, usually with a decision in minutes over the phone. So for a low-rate loan to help you live your dreams with altogether less hassle, call Alliance and Leicester now on 0990 626262.
Every year, over 25,000 adults aged between 20 and 49 die. Many have young children. Imagine the difference £50,000 could make to your family if the worst happened to you or your partner. With Cornhill Direct's Family Cover Plan, your family could benefit from up to £50,000 of life cover when they need it most. Call 0800 44 66 44 now and we'll send you a free information pack. The plan is a 10-year life insurance policy for anyone aged between 20 and 49. Premiums start from as little as £8 per month. That's £50,000 for the equivalent of just 26 pence per day. And we pay half the benefit immediately if you're diagnosed as terminally ill after the first year. Both you and your partner can take out separate plans for real protection against the unexpected. There's no obligation to buy and no salesman will call. Make sure your family's protected. Call 0800 44 66 44. That's 0800 44 66 44. Call now.
Welcome back to Light Lunch, 98. Hurry up and settle down now. Settle down. The bell has gone and break is over.
Yep, and lunch with the ex-Grange Hill pupil Zammo, who never said no, Stewpot, Calley and ex-headmistress Mrs. McClusky. It's only moments away. But before that, some things. Britain's publicans want to mark the millennium with an 8-day non-stop drinking spree. I mark most weekends that way.
Yeah,
there you go.
Good, because she's cool. She's
and I'm 98.
Good. Peter Mandelson says he doesn't see why everyone should enter the millennium completely rat-faced.
Because he can do that without touching a drop.
A space probe! Crashing on, quickly, next gag, quickly. A space probe is being sent to the moon to find water.
And apparently Yorkshire Water are really desperate.
It was supposed to blast off this morning, but it's been delayed for 24 hours.
Because they can't find a hose long enough. Do you see? Good evening. Good evening.
Go now.
I know when the game's over.
Good. A government report out today highlights the danger of extinction facing many of Britain's endangered animals because sponsors are refusing to sign up for action plans to save rare species.
Come on, laddies. There must be plenty of likely candidates for, say, the lesser-spotted otter.
Sponsored by Clearasil.
The Cumbrian glowworm.
Sponsored by British Nuclear Fuels.
And the Great Tit.
Sponsored by Noel Edmonds.
He was just one of a large selection we had for that joke. Hey, Mel, is it like you had home economics class with Mr. MacDonald in the rather fatty shorts? And meaty thighs, I think I haven't noticed. You'd better go, else you'll be in really big trouble. And you have to go and see Mrs. McClusky and everything, who's a real person, she is.
Actually, I don't mind home ec, because Mr. MacDonald's my favourite teacher.
What?
And I brought him an apple. Mr. MacDonald, favourite teacher. There you go. Have an apple.
Thank you.
Okay, you all right there, Dolly?
Yeah, sure.
How's it all going?
All right. We're going to lift the porkade.
Spiced pork.
We're going to wilt some greens, which is rocket, bok choy, and some baby spinach.
Lovely.
We've got the ravioli cooking.
All right.
Okay.
It's all going
Look at that.
very, very
Look at
well.
That. Just smell that.
Very well.
Smell that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
Fantastic. Okay.
God.
Let's wilt the greens.
Okay.
Bit of butter.
Yep.
Bit of sesame oil.
Lovely.
Let's put the greens in.
What are these greens again?
Okay, bok choy.
Yeah.
Okay, rocket, and baby spinach.
Okay.
And we don't overcook them, just want to wilt them in. A little bit of seasoning in there.
You're perb. Would you rather play rugby then full-time than cook? Or which?
I don't know, I think it's 50-50. I enjoy cooking, I also enjoy playing rugby. You know, I've got a happy mix. I'm the lucky one.
Okay.
Okay, we get that going round. Let's carve a piece of belly pork.
All right. Is this what you fed to Madonna's dog?
No, I fed foie gras to Madonna's dog.
I'm sorry? Foie gras to Madonna's dog?
Foie gras. Yeah, it was a bit that was left.
Horse meat not good enough for him?
No. No, of course not. Only the best. Only the best. Okay.
What sort of doggy was it then that got
It was the one that was that size when it started, and by the time I'd finished the foie gras terrine, it was this size.
Enormous. A Shih Tzu or whatever.
A real Shih Tzu.
Whatever.
Real Shih Tzu.
Okay. Well, do you mind dishing that up, Pat, now? Are you
Sure.
ready to dish up?
Okay.
Ravioli's ready in there. I'm going to dish up your recipe details. If you'd like a copy of Pat's aromatic pork recipe, please send an essay to us at free post lunch, but please remember to state which recipe you'd like. You can also tune into Foretell on page 330, or you can find us on the World Wide Web at the Channel 4 site on the internet. And if you find yourself on the website for Naughty Girls, do write in and let us know, because the band have been trying to log on to it for weeks. Hey? Pat, thank you so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
I look forward to
eating.
Oh, look, looks brilliant. That looks brilliant. Thank you very much.
Sauce.
Finished?
Thank you.
Good. Pat, you're a star.
Pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Pleasure.
Come back again soon.
Will do.
Good evening. Band, are you hungry?
Yes, miss.
Audience, are you hungry? Yes! Then you know what? Let's eat lunch.
Our first three guests today have one thing in common. They were all pupils in the most notorious school in the world. We did our homework with them, or at least we pretended that to our mums. We squeezed our spots in front of them, and if we'd had our way, we'd have probably have played our first game of Spin the Bottle with them as well. Please welcome ex-pupils from Grange Hill, Zammo, alias Lee MacDonald. Hey! Hey, how you doing? Also, Calley, that's Simone Hyams. Stewpot, played by Burdis. Hey! Plus, as the icing on that cake, and to keep these three in order, the headmistress who had them all queuing at her door, Mrs. McClusky. It's Gwyneth Powell.
Hey!
How you all doing?
Very well.
Great.
It's the best when I eat this.
I just thank the band over there because they've lent me the suit. Apparently mine weren't good enough.
You have to get that.
I feel like Ted Rogers. Look, the suit.
Very good.
Cheers, man.
Did you lend them your day wear?
Absolutely. That's right, yeah.
Good swap.
Very strange.
Pat MacDonald has made aromatic spice belly pork with ravioli and sort of wilted
Stuff.
leaves.
Smells fantastic.
Yeah,
So we just talk with our mouths full.
Absolutely.
Completely.
Gwyneth, that's fine. That's fine. Absolutely fine.
So when was the last time you all saw each other? Do you meet up regularly to have reunions and stuff?
Well, I
all grown up. My baby's
saw Lee
grown
about
up.
7 years ago.
Really?
And Mark was probably even longer than
I had
that.
hair then, didn't I, the last time?
I think a little bit more.
Look at me now, I'm bed and breakfast. Half full.
I must say, I did walk straight past you, didn't I?
You did?
No.
Yeah, it was terrible. No, not for...
Star pupil.
All these I haven't changed.
Well, they've all got long trousers on for a start.
Yeah.
No, I have too. No, not then, I didn't know.
Now, Lee, what was your first day at Grange Hill like? Was it kind of scary?
It was actually superb. We'd done an episode called Cheswick Zoo one, which was absolutely brilliant. And it was my first day, and I was like really cool, you know, the Grange Hill. We had a scene on the open, or the buses that they had the open backs then, and I fell the whole length from the top to the bottom floor, and it was like that was it. It ruined my whole day. I was just like standing there, big hole in my trousers, trying to be cool, and I wasn't cool at all. So that was my complete bad start to Grange Hill. But after that, it just was superb. It was brilliant.
How about you, Simone? What was it like on your first day? Were you scared?
My first day, I remember Lee was one of the first people I saw, and I just remember thinking, my hero! and then I got to know him. But it was brilliant. It was just great, because you saw, I didn't mean it in a horrible way. You see all your idols, you know, and then they kind of become your friends, and it's brilliant. It was good fun.
Did you feel the same way, Mark?
Obviously, idol.
Yeah, exactly. I remember my first day on Grange. I remember because it was a day that Margaret Thatcher was elected Prime Minister.
79?
That's how many? 79, yeah. And I remember being really nervous, and obviously never knew no one. And I remember we got the coach from Television Centre. I think it was to a place in Acton, and I just remember sitting at the back of the coach, really nervous. And it took about a week, you know, to sort of like get to know people and.
Like being at a new school. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
It was exactly.
day at school.
I was going to ask you, while your mates were at school, you were playing at school, you were playing at being at school, did they give you tuition while you were on set?
You had to have...
at least 3 hours.
It was at least 3 hours a day, and they were very, very strict on it. So you'd go in, if you was rehearsing, or you'd go in recording, whatever the day was, you had to have 3 hours, and they stipulated it. I mean, they'd get the curriculum from your school.
Yeah.
So you weren't doing the same work. Obviously, you'd be doing something from your school, so you was never left out at school.
Yeah. It was like double school
But
then.
you all just had to get on with it and do your own bit rather than somebody teaching you and telling everybody to do it.
But it was more intensive as well, because you had maybe four of you to a tutor. So I think, if anything, it was probably better because it was more intensive.
Yeah, focus and stuff. Now, Gwyneth, you're probably the most famous teacher in this country.
Yeah.
Your character, Mrs. McClusky. Did you used to really scare pupils? Was it just a big act?
Did I?
Yes, yes.
That still scared me now.
I'm quite sort of... I'm eating that.
I wish I could harness this power in some way to work good for me. I don't know if you see, I actually trained to be a teacher originally.
Did you?
Yeah. But I don't think I would have ever been feared in a real classroom. I'd probably never have been able to keep control. I mean, it's only simply because you had floor managers saying, shut up and be quiet, and then I could just come on, take control and be...
But you're firm but kind, Mrs. McClusky.
Firm but fair.
Yeah,
yes, firm but fair, yeah.
Definitely.
No, it's very nice, isn't she? And it's interesting, actually, because we came in the same time, 79, and I was in 11 years, and those were the Thatcher years. So I think it was a kind of knock-on effect, really, you know, because you had Mrs. Thatcher all the time I was head of that school.
That's true.
And it was like a sort of shadow thing.
Yeah. You were the Iron Lady of Grange?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was there a Gwyneth McClusky?
Oh.
In the background.
I imagined him. No one yes, I went home to him every night. He was a man with a large footprint on his head. Yeah.
Were you all, like Lee, were you the envy of your mates when you got that part?
No, not really. I think you go to school and you try and play yourself down in normal comprehensive school because people are obviously going to pick on you anyway because you're in a position, a really good position. So, and I did boxing at the time, so I was always, not that I was, not because people were scared of the boxing, but because they respected me doing something that outside Grange Hill. Yeah. And I had all the kids from school used to come watch me box, and Grange Hill was secondary, and I used to think it was secondary. It was just like good pocket money. I enjoyed doing it. It wasn't because I wanted to be like an icon or something, doing it for that reason. Just
you
doing
were,
it.
you were Simone's icon.
Yeah, but it's not until you finish it. Like when you go in it, you don't. But Tucker was my idol. Tucker was like the man.
Oh, he was cool.
It was like
Jenkins.
you feel you can never live up to
and
that.
Trish
so you
Yates,
just
I'm
do it.
sorry. Trish for my money.
Yeah. Everybody had their person.
Yeah, that they really admired and wanted to be like, definitely. Simone, what was it, particularly for you, actually, what was it like being an adolescent and growing up
It was
on
a nightmare,
television?
absolute nightmare, because, you know, you've got all your insecurities anyway as a child, you know what I mean? And then if you put on a bit of weight, well, yeah, you have even worse when you're growing up on television. It's like television always puts a bit of weight on you, and if you're going through a podgy stage or having puppy fat, it gets picked on, and people are like, oh, there's the fat girl from Grange Hill, you know, and then, yeah, you got all that sort of thing, so that wasn't very nice.
They would have
but you have to learn to deal with it.
As well, wouldn't they, in Grange Hill? There was a lot of sort of...
It was school life, you know.
It was just full on, wasn't it? Every day there'd be, I've got to miss games, I've got...
That was our excuse, and we got away with it.
I know, you were little tinkers, you were. I was going to talk a bit about forever being, you know, taken as your character. There's a story at Elstree about when Arthur was really hard up on EastEnders. People would come to the studio and offer him money, and then somebody turned up with £100 and said, this is for Arthur. And they said, Arthur's a character. And they got Bill Treacher, who plays Arthur, to come down and shake this person's hand and say, hello, I'm Bill, I play the part of Arthur. And they actually handed him the money and said, could you give this to Arthur? And he said, they refused to believe that Arthur didn't exist. Do you still have that from people
Well,
on the
I had people coming up to me just very recently because the storyline at the moment on the repeats is about me finding out that I haven't got AIDS because I was scratched by a monkey. And I had somebody coming up to me in the street the other day and going, AIDS? And I'm like, that's not very nice. But yeah, that's right.
Really?
And I was like, what's the next episode? And you find out I don't have it. But they kind of, you know, believe it.
They take it all very seriously. And I suspect, Gwyneth, that you've had more of that than most, that people... I mean, how many times a day, for instance, did you get, oh, it's Mrs. McClusky?
I've lost count. And it happens all over the world. You know, we just come back from having a holiday in Italy, and now...
Signora McClusky.
No, but you know, you're going through the most unlikely places. You know, you're looking at Michelangelo's David, you know, and somebody comes up, yeah, you're Mrs. You know, and you go, yes.
Now shut up and go away, I'm on holiday.
Well, exactly, yeah. Yeah, no, it does.
Now, did you notice, Gwyneth, a lot of hanky-panky from these tinkers around the back of bike sheds when they were working? Come on.
No, I used to wash my hands off them after I'd acted. Because they had lovely chaperones who were like mums, weren't they? They were the ones who stopped the hanky-panky. If such a thing,
yeah. Grace is superb.
Yeah,
but Lee, didn't you, for instance, have some little bit of action behind the bike sheds?
Yes, I had a nightmare actually because my mum was a chaperone, so it was a bit. We used to. There wasn't so much romance between the main characters. You get a working relationship, but the extras, the girl extras in the background used to be sort of. You could pretend that you could get them a few speaking lines if they give you a snog around the back.
No. Keep him.
you know, you just use it, you know, as you do. And we used to have competition, like who could get the most snogs. And my competition at the time was like Roland and Banksy, which didn't leave much, you know, as you do.
An open field, per se.
So I was quite lucky because the best-looking guy who I was in with when I first was in Grange was a guy called Jonah Lee Spark, and he was absolutely gorgeous, and the women loved him. And he left. And I was like, oh, this is so bad. So after he left, I got all the snogs. So from sort of the third year onwards, I was quite lucky.
Zammo Maguire, see me in the break. We're going to do that right now. We're going to be meeting the man soon who struck terror into the hearts of many a people at Grange Hill. Yes, the infamous Mr. Bronson. I order you to report back to our office in 3.
When we'll be sitting down to lunch with stars of The Big Breakfast, Johnny Vaughan and Denise Van Outen.
If you're looking for a short break that leaves a lasting memory, we'd like to recommend the S-World.
Stimulating and sensational, serene and stately, from world-famous potteries to a world-first thrill ride. Every one of your senses is catered for in Staffordshire.
For your free copy of the 1998 Short Breaks in Staffordshire brochure, call 0990 00 44 44 now.
Domestos Power Cleaner not only cleans, but because it's from Domestos, it kills kitchen germs as well. Good to know, isn't it?
I mean, I was so surprised. £25.
Your building society are going to charge you £25?
Yeah. To cancel my buildings insurance, they're going to charge me £25.
I hope you haven't paid it yet.
And I suppose it's my fault. It was in the small print. So what else can I do?
Well, I'll tell you what you could do. You could let us pay it.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. And I could still save 30% on my premium as well for the same cover.
Absolutely.
If your mortgage provider charges you £25 to move your building's insurance to Direct Line, we'll refund it.
Fine.
They're even paying £25.
For home insurance, better go direct to Direct Line on 0181 686 8877.
Wash your rainbow.
On tough, greasy makeup stains, nothing beats Vanish liquid. Stains vanish with Vanish.
I've got some great ideas for a website. We could have a spinning logo or a flaming logo.
You know what would be a great idea? If people with PCs anywhere could order our products, and that was all tied together, inventory, billing, vendors, you know, the works, then that would change everything.
I don't know how to do this.
You can eat your favorite foods and lose weight. You can have a diet with no weighing and measuring. You can get slim and look great. It's easy with 123 Success from Weight Watchers. No foods are sin, no more scales. It's simple and it works. And now it's even easier with new 123 Success Plus. Registration's free, so join Weight Watchers today and say yes to success.
So, let me get this right. You got them for half price?
Yep.
What, the frames and the lenses?
Oh, yeah, and the lenses.
At Specsavers, there's over 100 complete spectacles down to half price. That's the frames and the lenses.
So when's the sale on till then?
Until February. The complete price sale at Specsavers Opticians. Now you can believe your eyes.
I'm wearing character shoes.
And I'm wearing a very tiny dress.
Yes, welcome back to the show. The show which, taken 5 times a week, can help beat those January blues.
Now, in a moment, we're going to be meeting the man who was renowned for giving the willies to the pupils of Grange Hill, the truly terrifying Mr. Bronson. Yes, it's actor Michael Sheard, who has appeared in over 800 television episodes and 40 movies, from Indiana Jones to The Empire Strikes Back.
Now, talking of the Star Wars trilogy, it seems that there was only one game being played at parties up and down the country this Christmas and New Year, everybody.
Was there, Millie?
Yes, there was.
Was there, audience members?
Yes.
Yes, there was.
There was.
Yep, apparently, you know. It's called the Pants Wars game. Have you heard of it? Anyone heard of it?
Pants Wars?
Good.
No.
We're on a hiding to nothing.
Hey!
From the Spice Girls to the Teletubbies, everyone is playing it. What you have to do, okay, is
Pants Wars.
substitute key words in famous lines from Star Wars with the word pants. It's hilarious.
Right, for example... It's Darth Vader, by the way.
The pants are strung in this one.
There's one. Here's one from Alec Guinness. Vader was seduced by the dark side of the pants.
That's really good. That's a very good impression. And this one, this is a clue. Grand Moff Tarkin, I recognized your foul pants when I was brought on board.
And here's one from the Droid collection. Pants. That's a game. Good. It's not a great one, but there it is.
Get it home, audience.
Yeah.
Give yourself fun with that,
fun.
eh, audience member? Lovely. Now, I remember at school there was always one teacher who was worse than all the others put together. Take a look at this.
Sorry, mate.
Come here! You are 7 minutes late. What is the excuse this time?
Wasn't my fault, sir.
I am exceptionally weary of this deliberate provocation, Jones. If it was not your fault, then whose fault was it? Well, answer me, boy. Have you lost your tongue, or are you, as I suspect, quite stupid?
I know she won't believe this again, sir, but Mr. Baxter...
Ah, Mr. Baxter! That explains everything.
That, for my money, was the finest brrrr since Brian Blessed's last role. Today, we are honoured to be joined by perhaps the most feared master ever to teach at Grange Hill. Please welcome the man who had the most famous weave in the history of British television. It's the Charles Bronson of the classroom, Mr. Bronson!
Now pay attention.
It's terrifying. It is I'm resisting, but it's terrifying. I sense disciplining. May I say close up, that rug is spectacular.
Thank you.
Now, I'd just like to thank you, Mr. Bronson, for coming out of retirement and to make a pudding on this show. Can you tell us...
I don't make pudding.
You don't make pudding?
I have a gentleman called MacDonald who makes them for me.
MacDonald who makes them for you. Would you mind cutting a pudding, Mr. Bronson?
I do not cut puddings. You cut the pudding.
I will cut the pudding. There's a...
4 pieces, please. And make them equal.
I'm absolutely terrified. Yes, Mr. Bronson. We're making an awful lot of people happy by this disciplinary scenario. I'm not sure that the kind of people...
I'm enjoying it too.
Now, of course, I think you're not really Mr. Bronson. Can I do something I've always wanted to do? I think it's time for a rug rethink. Yes! This weave has special powers. You start randomly shouting at people. Now, you, of course, are Michael Sheard, aren't you? Thank you so much for coming on the show.
It is a very great pleasure.
Now, you're a very famous actor, and you've done a lot of stuff, haven't you? You've done a lot of movies and TV and... Yeah. But you always play bad guys, don't you? You always play, like, you know, villains and rogues and...
It is much more interesting to play villains and rogues.
Is it?
And, yes.
Good! Good.
You should try it sometime.
I'm too busy playing a village idiot, as I always do on the show regularly. Would you ever go back to Grange Hill and sort of, you know, do the role again of Mr. Bronson? Kind of retirement?
I think that Mr. Bronson is enjoying beekeeping, you know. He's keeping bees, as did Sherlock Holmes.
Did he keep bees?
Yes.
And he played the fiddle?
And he retired to the south coast of England.
Did he?
Now, that's the one thing that I have not done.
No.
But Mr. Bronson has.
Excellent.
I don't think he should go back.
So what do you...
Go out at the top, you see.
Yes, you left on the highest rung of teaching. That's what you did. What are you doing at the moment, Michael? What's going on at the moment?
Right. I am just about to receive a script for a new science fiction series called First Frontier, made by Lightworks.
Oh, right. Is that Steven Spielberg?
No,
DreamWorks, sorry.
that's right, yes. No, this is a new company, who have been doing special effects for other people. Now they're going into production on their own. I'm also doing a movie called Legionnaires.
Right. About the disease or about the
About the Legionnaires, the soldiers.
Right, okay. And what are you playing that? A baddie?
A baddie, yes.
Good. So you're just basically doing a lot of baddies.
Well, I've also written a book, you know.
Have you? What have you written a book about?
You weren't going to ask me about my book, were you?
Tell me about your book, Michael.
Ask me about my book.
What's your book about, Michael?
I have written a book called Yes, Mr. Bronson.
Ah.
I was approached...
Now I know what it's
I
about.
was approached about 4 years ago by the publisher, and they said, we'd like a book about the business from a different angle, from a working actor's angle. And because, as you very kindly said, I have done 800 tellies and 40-odd feature films, I thought I might be the one to do it. And I loved it.
And the book is out at the moment?
It has, yes. It sold out of its first edition before it even got to the shops.
So you bought them all? I mean, we can expect
I was doing a Star Wars convention just before Christmas in Basildon. And I think they over-publicised because 3,500 people were turned away.
Yeah, it's a very popular show.
And the 3,500 people that were left inside came at me like this, all
Like an
wanting
army.
to buy the book.
Well, we shall try and pick that book up when the second edition comes out. Thank you so much, Michael, for appearing today. Thank you. Round of applause, Michael Stewart. Now, Mel, you particularly enjoyed Double French, didn't you? I remember.
Yes, Susie, but I thought we agreed not to bring up what happened at that party on New Year's Eve. Stop it. I'm in the lounge with Lee MacDonald, who said Tucker was his idol, Mark Burdis, who said Mrs. McClusky still scares him, Simone Hyams, who said it was a nightmare growing up on television, and Gwyneth Powell, who said she didn't even recognise them because they've all got long trousers on. Welcome to the Blue Lounge, lads.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Brilliant.
Good. Now, Lee, I want to talk a little bit about that famous single, Just Say No. Lee, you didn't have to do it. You had no need. First a taste and a craving, then it turns to greed. Just say no.
No, but the thing is, I wasn't allowed to sing on it anyway. They said, look, obviously because you're Zammo, I want you to do the bit, and they wouldn't let me sing on it because my singing was so bad.
Oh, but you could have done the rap.
No, I couldn't do the. I couldn't even dance. I couldn't even move my body. So, so I was.
But didn't you go to America?
Yeah, we did. We went to the Just Say No convention in the States. We went to the White House, see Nancy and Ronald, and we sung the single in the New York Yankee Stadium with like thousands and thousands of people. So it was
brilliant!
superb.
Oh, everyone going, just say no.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the lounge, Mr.
Thank you. How did they get there?
By the power of arms and
television lies. Should we talk? This is Spotted Dick.
Yeah, go for it. Michael, do you want one of those?
Spotted Dick, yes.
Yeah.
School pudding.
Lovely.
There you go.
Now, there must be a lot of Grange Hill fans watching.
Would you like to
today.
share, Mark?
Phone lines have been as busy. Mr. Bronson, simmer down.
Simmer, Mr. Bronson.
The phone lines have been as busy as the cake stall on a school sports day. So who's on line one?
Hello?
Who's that? Hello?
This is Brett.
Hi there, Brett. How you doing?
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Who's your question for?
It's Gwyneth.
Oh, sorry, Lee.
Lee, has everyone got a spoon? Yep, go ahead, Brett. Go right ahead. Lovely.
Did you base your character, Mrs. McClusky, on any of the teachers you had?
Half, partly, yes, there is one. But she's still living, so I can't tell you her name.
Was she very bossy?
Yeah,
Very.
that was the bossy bit. The nice bit was based entirely on me.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your question, Brett. Happy New Year to you.
Bye, Brett.
Line 2. Hey, Matt, hello.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
I'm wearing a wig, have you noticed?
I can't see the telly from here, actually.
Now, who's your question for?
It's for Michael.
Fire away.
What was it like being choked by Darth Vader in Star Wars?
Thank you. George Lucas said that my death
Sorry.
Yeah.
in The Empire Strikes Back was the very best screen death he'd ever seen. And as a result, he allowed me to put a photograph from not only Star Wars, but also Indiana Jones in my book. And I was at a convention recently, he says very quickly, and somebody got up and asked me, said, go on, then show us your death. And I thought, oh, Lord. And I thought, yeah, I can't remember the lines. Little lad in the front row, 6 years old. I do, he said. And he got up and played all the lines, and I went,
That's the death to remember that one. OK, line 3, very quickly. Hello there, line 3.
We might just have a fax instead,
Oh,
Bert.
OK, let's
go
lose
for a fax.
Well.
Oh, no, line or fax?
Tanya, let's go with Tanya. She's real, that's
Tanya,
paper.
this is just we don't know, that's just paper.
Booze to
Boring.
paper. Tanya.
Hi, it's for Simone. It's, did you ever have a crush on anyone in the cast?
Yeah, there were times when, yeah, definitely had a crush on somebody in the cast. Because it's like being at school, you know, there's going to be somebody. No, actually, at the time, do you want to know?
Give us a name.
Quick. All right, it was Ricky Simmons.
Ricky Simmons.
That was the one I had the crush on.
Now, the bell might have gone, but I haven't finished yet. It just remains for me to say thank you to Lee, Mark, Simone, Michael and Gwyneth for being such sports and joining us today for our Grange Hill lunch reunion.
You can catch the Grange Hill repeats on Sunday mornings on BBC Two. The new series, of course, starts on January the 27th on BBC One.
Join us tomorrow, why don't you, when we'll be finding out what's really going on between the Big Breakfast dynamic duo, Denise Van Outen and Johnny Vaughan.
Don't forget, it's 12th night. Take those deckies down. We'll see you tomorrow. Good evening!